Welcome to tonight's presentation of the Werewolf's Brand, an original production written by Glenn Horner and produced by Patrick Cranford, presented by the .con players at .con 18, Glendale, Arizona, October 10, 2015. This evening's .con players are Kez as Doc Savage, Ray Reithmeyer as Monk Mayfair, Anna Alexander as Pat Savage, Mark Murphy as Ham Brooks, Mike Spitzer as Rennie Renwick, Matthew Schoonover as Long Tom Roberts, Phil Matthews as Johnny Littlejohn, Johnny as Senor Oveja, Lori Handley as Senorita Oveja, Tim Handley as El Rabanos, Lori Handley as Tiny, Gary Arendowski as Boatface and as Willie the Train Conductor, Mark Schoonover as commercial voice number 1, Steve as commercial voice number 2, Patrick Cranford as your announcer, and me, Matthew Hood, as your host. Enjoy tonight's presentation of the Werewolf's Brand.
Hear that? That was a strange sound, wasn't it? It is the sound of Doc Savage, and it means that Systex is on the air with another 15 minutes of smashing action and mystery with Doc Savage. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we present another thrilling adventure in the life of Doc Savage, the man of bronze with golden eyes, the man whose name is a byword in the far corners of the world. Doc Savage possesses superhuman strength and superhuman intelligence. He has dedicated his life to fighting for right. Along with his 5 aides, there is no foe they will not face, no threat too large, and no problem they cannot solve. A passenger train whips through the crisp Canadian night. The night is cold and clear. All should be calm, but inside the train, danger is about to rear its ugly head for Doc and his team of intrepid adventurers.
What is it, Doc? I know that sound means trouble.
Have a look at this telegram, Rennie.
Holy cow!
Those are something of my own sentiments.
What if he doesn't want our company? We were going to do some fishing and hunting and merely pay him a visit as a courtesy. If he don't want us, then we won't bother him. But I'll be blasted if they'll keep us from our vacation. Say, Doc, don't this Alex Savage know you?
He's an uncle. I've never met either him or his daughter.
His daughter?
An only child, I understand. Her name is Patricia. Her age is about 18. There is something very suspicious about this message. We may need to investigate.
Well, what do you make of it, Doc?
Somebody wants to keep us away from Alex Savage's place, and we need to find out the reason for that.
Meanwhile, while Doc and Rennie are puzzling over the mysterious telegram, they are being closely observed. An older man and a young woman, clearly father and daughter, are watching.
Hia mia, for shame! You were smiling at that man, Cicere.
Eso es espantoso. It is dreadful. Thank goodness he did not see me. He would have thought me very forward.
Si. Here comes our good friend, El Rabanos.
I trust you are retaining your courage, señorita. You also, Senor Cordolobeja.
You need have no fear of our nerve, El Rabanos. Instead of discussing our troubles, we were remarking on the striking qualities of the bronze man who just passed. Do you happen to know his name?
The bronze man is Doc Savage, the fiend who is to kill us. Come, we must go.
But what's at the bottom of it?
Trouble.
But what kind?
I neglected to bring my crystal ball. The rest of the gang will want to know about this. The gentlemen are playing a game of chess in another drawing room.
Holy cow, Doc, what's this on the door pane?
It looks like the image of a werewolf.
What? There ain't no such critter. It's just a legend of these Canadian trappers and natives. Just dust. But it's strange it's settled there in that kind of a shape.
The door seems to be locked.
Something's wrong, Doc. Let me take a whack at it. Doc, look, they're all on the floor where they've fallen. And Doc, they're dead!
Feeling better, Long Tom?
What kind of a game are those guys playing?
Game hell. Listen, Long Tom, we busted in here and found you four birds all spread out. What happened?
I don't know. We went to sleep. We just felt drowsy all of a sudden and then went to sleep.
You have no idea what caused it?
No, Doc.
Ugh. Well, I know that I'm not in heaven.
Elucidate, please.
Unless they lowered the entrance requirements, I wouldn't be seeing Monk.
I perceive a return to normalcy.
Maybe our admirers in the other car may know about this happening. Let's go.
The conductor said this was the car that they are in. The door's locked. Hey, say, Doc, there's that weird werewolf face again.
Get back, Rennie. Let me push the door in.
Doc, they've got those black leather straps choking the life out of them.
Let's get them free immediately. Notice anything else, Rennie?
That smell, like when we found the others. They must have got a dose of that stuff, too. I wonder where the other guy who was with these two is.
Help! Help! They're going to kill me!
I think we found him.
Now, mister. There's some mistake here.
It is no mistake. Look, quickly, they must have killed my friends, Senor and Senorita Oveja.
I sure don't know what this is all about.
I know what it is all about, Senor. This bronze man is trying to kill my friends and myself.
You better dry up, girl face.
You are mistaken.
It is true.
CC, this man Savage is the one who assaulted us. We became strangely drowsy as we sat in our room, before complete unconsciousness overcame us. Men entered and began tying straps around our necks. One of them addressed the other as Senor Savage.
Did he say Senor Savage?
Yes, he used the word Senor.
Well, we'll have to settle this with the Mounties when we pull into the station.
Senor Savage es no bueno.
One more crack like that, and I'll play door panel with your girly mug.
We will return to our thrilling adventure program in a moment. But first, a word from our sponsor, Systex.
Just a minute, Harry. Before we begin our next round of golf, I need to stop here and utilize the facilities.
Sure, Dick. I'll just wait here. But don't be long. Remember, we have a bet going on this next round.
I remember.
Hey, what's going on in there? Are you okay?
Wow, that sure was painful. I just haven't been myself lately. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Well, when I have a problem like that, I reach for my tin of Systex.
Systex? Does that stuff really work?
It sure does. It doesn't take a whiz to figure out what is going on here. When it comes to looking out for number one, Systex is the one for me. Try it, Dick. You won't be sorry.
Thanks, Harry. I'll give it a try. You know, when it comes to friends, on a scale of 1 to 10, you're an 8.
There you have it, friends. When it comes to feeling a bit under the weather, ask for Systex at your pharmacist. And tell your friends, always be like Harry and don't be a dick. And now, back to Doc Savage in The Werewolf's Brand.
Jesus, Doc! We've been walking through these woods for hours, and we ain't seen no cabin yet. Are we sure we got the right dope on this place?
Maybe you would feel better swinging through the trees.
My Uncle Alex's place should be just beyond those trees.
Maybe you should keep out of the trees.
Who goes there?
Clark Savage and his associates. We're here to see Alex Savage.
Miss Patricia, her know that you come here?
We are here to see Alex Savage.
That be bad medicine.
What be good medicine?
Milk of magnesia. You come on to the cabin, but be heap careful. You be Miss Patricia Kent. Me see him semblance.
What is the bad medicine about Alex Savage?
My father's dead.
Patricia, I presume.
You must be Clark. Or do you prefer Doc?
Doc is fine. I'm sorry about your father. I lost my own father not too long ago.
Father told me. I'm sorry.
And what happened to your father?
We really don't know. He was found unconscious on the floor of his room upstairs in the cabin. They said it was his heart, but he was never sick a day in his life.
Was there anything strange about his death?
Well, there was a strange smell in the room, one I hadn't smelled before. And then there was that face. It was kind of an animal human face.
Like a werewolf?
Could have been. Tiny wiped it away before I was able to look closer.
Who is this Tiny?
Oh, here's Father's cabin. You met Boatface? Well, Tiny is his wife. Tiny, will you come out here, please?
Yes, Miss Patricia. Oh, I didn't know the circus was in town.
Please excuse my friend Monk. He gets that a lot.
Well, at least I ain't got the wife and 13 half-wit kids at home.
Don't mind them. You get used to it. Now, Tiny, that image of a face you smeared after my uncle was found, was it a werewolf?
Werewolf bad medicine. I ain't got time for that.
The legends of the werewolf have permeated the folklore of this area since early days. You can spot them by their red hair, eyebrows that join in the middle, the love of raw or rare meat, and being born on December the 25th.
When was your birthday again, Monk?
Then, the day after Dad died, we discovered the house had been ransacked. Everything was torn apart. Somebody was desperately seeking something, but they didn't find it.
How did you know?
Because it's right here, this ivory cube. But it puzzles me for what the reason is. As far as I can tell, it's a solid block.
May I examine it, please?
Sure.
Johnny, what do you make of this?
Under my magnifier, I see minuscule crevices. These indicate it is not solid. It comes apart in some manner.
I wonder what we shall find.
There it goes again. That thing gives me the willies.
How often does that happen?
Him werewolf. Him want cube.
Tiny, I told you there wasn't any werewolf. Now behave yourself.
Well, Doc, what do you make of it?
It came apart when I pressed in certain areas. It lined up to make a relief map of the area north of here, by the bay.
I calculated the area and marked it on this map where the cube is pointing. It should be within walking distance. Do you desire to start in the morning?
I suggest we depart now. If there is a murder wrapped up in this, it may be our best interest to find out the reason sooner than later. We leave within the hour.
I'm getting the feeling that we are being followed.
Would it relieve you to know that we are being followed?
But who else would be out here in the middle of nowhere at this time of night?
It should be our three friends from the train.
But why would they be out here?
Why don't you ask them? They're about 50 yards ahead. I lost my place.
Bueno, Senor Savage, I see you are as clever as they say. And I must thank you for guiding us to the location of the treasure.
Treasure? What treasure?
The lost Spanish galleon. My ancestor's ship was lost here, and the cube held the map to its location.
You mean the treasure your ancestors absconded with from the government of Spain?
It was so long ago, senor. I don't think they will miss it.
Enough treasure to kill over? My uncle was killed for it. My men were almost killed, and so were you and your daughter.
It matters not. The treasure is rightfully mine, and no one will keep me away from it. Now, for you all, the death that Alex Savage suffered will now visit you.
You double-crosser! You said Senor Savage was a killer. You used me and my daughter to obtain this wealth.
Silly old man. Did you think that you were to be part of this windfall? El estúpido!
Desfregado.
Blazes! El Urbano sure had it coming. Him and his fake werewolf. Give me that gun, Pops.
It's buried pretty deep, Doc.
There! I'll be super amalgamated.
Get it out of there, Monk.
Don't drop it on yourself.
I can twist that lock off.
Let me see.
Spanish gold!
Well, aside from that self-defense murder, you really have no claim to the treasure. It was ill-gotten by your ancestors and leaves no rights to their descendants.
I wonder how much the stuff is worth.
Several millions at least. I know a little of jewels, enough to guess at the value.
Pero, what do I get out of it?
You get the air.
So there really wasn't a werewolf?
Of course not, you imbecile.
Well, you know, if somebody wrote about this adventure and put a real werewolf on the cover, it would probably sell like hotcakes.
As much as I hate to agree with you, it might indeed. Next year at this time, ladies and gentlemen, Systex will bring you another action-packed adventure from the career of Doc Savage. Systex is presenting these Doc Savage dramas with the special permission of Street and Smith, copyright owners of Doc Savage magazine. The director.
His name's not Arthur.
Let me stay there. So, fantastic job. I mean, that was just entertaining. Everybody. All right. What a great job by these people. It's also Patrick's birthday. In addition to producing this production, it's his birthday. We won't ask him how old he is. He's younger than I am, so I don't care anyway.
44.
44. We found out 44.
He's
okay. Yeah. So he's the youngin' here, but it's his birthday. We've got cake back here. We'll cut up. Everybody have a slice in honor of Patrick and in honor of Ron Ely attending, and in honor of the 40th anniversary of the Man of Bronze. Yeah. So. .18. That's right.